Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and Brad and I are doing a discussion over Above and Below Haunted, the newest expansion to Above and Below, coming in hot 10 years later. You know, the people were really clamoring for the Above and Below expansion. No, this one actually thought was kind of a nice welcome to, because it's like clearly he probably doesn't want to do another Sleeping Gods. So he's like, okay. But it's weird that it's Above and Below and not anything extra for the other two.
Right.
But it's a standalone expansion. Not even I can't even really call it an expansion because it's literally
It's
just
a retheme.
It's a retheme of Above and Below in a kind of feudal Japan. Not really like it gives very feudal Japan vibes with a mystic element added to it. But if you go check out our Above and Below discussion, or if you just have played Above and Below before, a lot of the stuff it's pretty much the exact same game, with a few minor tweaks. Some things that completely fix are earlier complaints for Above and Below, and some things that they added that are puzzling, that I don't really like, and I don't know why it was even added. So, Brad, what do you think of Above and Below Haunted?
I didn't mind it. Like I said, I mean, it felt like Above and Below.
Yeah. Especially when you're playing back to back, you're just like,
right.
oh, it's the exact same game.
Some of the modular stuff that not modular, I guess, but some of the additions that they added were good, and then some of them were bad.
Yeah.
The boat things were kind of interesting.
Yep.
Gave you a little bit more variation. Having the 2 levels of exploration decks was kind of cool.
Yeah,
so
that was
kind
neat.
of ramp it up, you know.
Everything was everything that they added seemed to kind of. It almost feels like they were trying to fix maybe previous complaints, where it's like, oh, when you're exploring, you literally have to rely on a die roll to try and succeed. Well, the boats come in and completely rectify that. You're just like, oh, doesn't really matter on die rolls; they're 6s.
And depending on what kind of game you're looking to get out of this, though, you could say that they overcorrected.
Thank you. No, I completely agree.
Because like now you're almost getting too much stuff, and it's too easy to pass.
Yeah.
You know, because when you get these boats, and you get some of these characters like I had that were 3 successes, you just spin a boat. I mean, you can just ramp up, and you're never gonna fail.
Yeah. No, I was having that exact same thought. I was like, okay, so why even do anything when you're just handed everything the entire time? You don't have to struggle for money. You don't have to struggle for resources. Your advancement track wraps up and just gives you you don't have to struggle for reputation. Not really struggle, but reputation is the easiest thing in the world to get and lose. We'll get to that. But harvesting is super easy because I like the fact that they combined that action or labor. But now it's like, oh, lucky me, I happen to get the squid first, so that's an extra 4 points because I harvested it first. So you're naturally just going to be constantly doing better. But in a game like this, I feel like with original Above and Below, the I guess swings of it was kind of part of the adventure. When you're always getting like, oh, explore 7, easy, I'll just get 15.
Well, an example of this, you know, because we did play Above and Below a little bit before this, right? I felt like I did so much better in the original game than I did this game.
Yeah.
As far as succeeding and building out what I wanted. But I scored 30 more points in this game.
Yeah.
I scored 46 in that first one and 76 in this one.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, that just tells you, like, I felt like I did worse in this one, but I scored 30 more points. That kind of goes with what we're saying.
Yeah, no, it's so wild because I was it's kind of like whenever I played Unconscious Mind, I was like, well, I'm constantly getting everything I ever want, so I don't really have to strategize or work for it when it's all handed to you. Maybe this is for the Gen Z crowd, am I right? No. Yeah, like my final score in this one, we were closer, even though the first game of Above and Below we played was also close. I think this was, what, a 5-point swing, 6-point, whatever it was.
We were 6 points in the last game.
Oh, were we?
It was 52 to 46.
Oh, that's so funny.
And this was, I had 76,
86 or
like
whatever it was. It's gone. But yeah, so the point spread was completely identical, but I agree. I felt like I earned what I worked for in the last one, or I had to kind of meticulously strategize on my money. But here it's like, oh, what's that? That card over there, 17. I have two 16, or I have a 16 and a 17 cost card, and that is like I got those later because I just wanted to do other stuff, but that is completely doable way early on. So yeah, I feel like you kind of, again, it depends on what game you're wanting. Would you rather have complete control over the entire game the entire time? Well, then you're going to like this one more. But that kind of coincides with some of the other changes that are completely new that I don't really like in this game. And I want to make this very, very clear. This adventure deck I love in co-op games. This is like almost ripped straight from like Sleeping Gods. Is this kind of unique deck of stuff you can get through an adventure. I really love that. But it sucks ass whenever I have to look over and be like, oh, lucky you. Mm-hmm. You got fucking a free worker, a free thing, and I'm over here. It's like, oh, I'll do my own adventure. Cool, I got a coin and a rep.
Right.
Where's my fucking adventure card? Like, and because it sours it whenever it's competitive. Mm-hmm. Like, it, versus like, oh man, you got some resource that I didn't get. That's just part of it. But like, it feels even like a bigger disadvantage, or it swings the game wildly whenever I'm not getting special abilities. You know?
Yeah.
Like, and that has nothing to do with strategy. It's not like, I guess I'll explore every single time and really hope I get a cool adventure card. But yeah, this works so much better in like, oh man, you got a special ability in a cooperative game.
Right.
So, I don't know what, I mean, you got to benefit from it the
They
entire
were fine.
time.
I mean, you know, that one was kind of neat that had a quest. So, like,
that was cool.
You kind of do, so I don't know how many of those would be in there, but like, you have quests, and then I have these deals where I didn't have to spend a worker when I build a building, but I still had to pay the costs. So, you know, it just gives you a little bit more. And then this one was, you could pay one fewer coin when hiring a villager, or gain +1 lantern when exploring.
Yes.
So there, you just add some variation, but yeah, I could definitely see how it would be a different thing, you know. But
8
of them.
Okay.
8. But and we're gonna slowly, gradually move into this next point. But this is a game that I don't want to have player interaction in.
Yes.
And it's almost, and then there's an aspect that we're going to talk about that has like forced player interaction.
Yeah,
And
so
I don't care for it.
yeah, it so the hard negative, because I mean, these just kind of feel bad whenever you're not getting any and everyone else is, and it's like these are just so much better than any type of other thing of like, because in this game you ramp up in reputation like that it's like, okay, so if I get a rep in a story, who gives a shit? Mm-hmm. Woo, I got 3 rep. Oh, it's actually wasted, so I didn't gain anything. Huh, that sucks. Oh, you have 8 quests over there that you get to do? How fun. So the hard negative is the stupid ghosts. And they're so... That type of element in any game just ruins it. So in this game, whenever you hire or you recruit a villager, or, I mean, through some story events, you gain a ghost. And the ghosts go on one of your buildings, and it doesn't really matter. But there's a new action called Banish that you remove all ghosts from your thing but one. And then you take that one ghost and you put it on someone else's building, and you gain something for depending on the building. If it doesn't have a bed, you get 2 rep and 2 coins. If it does have a bed, you get 3 coins and a juice. Also, this is an improvement, just having 1 token for instead of cider and a potion. And you get a mystic juice. Or if it's an outpost, you get a boat and a thing. So the reason why these suck is because at the end of a round, you lose a reputation for every single ghost that you have. So it's entirely possible in a multiplayer game for people to just swarm you with ghosts. And all it does is it makes sure that you just bank a fucking quill person the entire time and you just wait it out.
Yep.
And you're like, okay. Like player order becomes, it's usually inconsequential, but now it's like, okay, you have that many people, you have that many people. Okay, you don't have any quills. And my final action is to dick you over at the very end. I get rewarded, yay me, and you're losing reputation. I mean, the reason why I won this game is that difference. That was a 10-point swing. Because, I mean, how much reputation you lost over the course of the game ended up not really mattering. You
Right.
still were super high, but this is the fucking troll thing in Champions of Midgard. This is the shitty-ass military in Transgalactic. I don't know, I just don't understand why people think that that's a good design mechanism. Hey, in a game that, like, it just indirect player interaction is fine. You took a building I wanted. Damn, that sucks. That's perfectly fine. But, like, what if we make everyone a piece of shit?
Well, it could be just simply fixed by not, when you do the banish action, something different than this. Like,
Right.
you don't put it on somebody else's.
Exactly.
You get rid of them at a cost, maybe, or
Yeah,
like
or-
maybe something you have to pay to get rid of the ghosts.
Yeah.
So that you aren't losing the rep.
Or like, I mean, well, because none of the cards really have abilities. Because I was gonna say, or you don't get anything from the card, but that would be that would be a little bit more complex. Of like,
Card flips face down. Then can't be.
it can't be
scored
used.
or
But again,
used.
there's like so many that just don't really do any. I guess they all kind of do something, but yeah, like something else that means that you have to go out of their way to banish them, and they're just gone. Or hell, each, like, because one of them was you get 3 points for each ghost you have. But again, if you're trying to make that worth it, like, oh, I have 10 ghosts on here.
You'd be a -7 rep.
Yeah, but I guess 10 ghosts would be 30 points, so it'd be still a 23-point swing.
Yeah.
So, but again, that's just, I don't know. I do not understand why they thought sending it to someone else was a good idea. This completely just doesn't need to exist. Because one, it floods you with money, therefore you can buy any building you'll ever want. It floods you with rep, you're maxed out on rep all the time. So even then, against it's not necessarily the reputation lost, just all you have to do is to send it back to someone, and then you gain that rep back. I find it like such a just questionable design decision. And it might just be like, oh, well, I mean, what's the actual complaint if it really doesn't do anything? It's the principle. It's the act of now in a game that originally had no player interaction, I am now just kind of doing something to be a dick.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that. That's my only real hard negative on the game.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, otherwise, if we were complaining about everything else, we wouldn't like Above and Below. Now, the best improvement, in my opinion, we kind of touched on it a little bit, is the adventures. There are 2 different decks, one dangerous and one that's not. And I like how they give you a range. Hey, like the regular ones are a range of 2 to 6. That's what you'll need. And then 5 to 11.
It reminds me of Kingsburg, where you know if it was like the range of the invaders.
Oh,
Or, you know,
yeah.
Each round it would tell you kind
Yeah.
of range.
And what they added in this one, which is, I believe, pulled from maybe Near and Far, but I know Now or Never, is you get rewarded extra stuff for going over. Because in regular Above and Below, it didn't matter. If you had a 5 and you got 10, it didn't matter. But now it's like, oh, you needed a 5 and you got, I think it might always have been just 2 above. Now that I think about it, I think it's as if you always did at least 2 above. So this was a base 5, I got 7, I'm going to get a bonus. That's nice, I'm glad that's in here. But then our major complaint with original Above and Below was after you read the initial blurb, depending on your choice and all that, it would just tell you what you got. Now, which we were hoping that they were going to do, you actually get an extra story element.
Right. Even if it's just a line.
Yeah, even if it's just a line, you get the results of your decision, which just adds even more immersion, and that's just clear just design or designer improvement over the years,
Right.
Especially with the experience he's had with Sleeping Gods and stuff. I appreciate that significantly because it's exciting. It adds a little bit more story stuff, which is, to me, the best part of the game. And also the crux. That's how you get really anything, honestly. That's how you get money and all that. But I'm very happy that was included, because I would have been significantly disappointed if it was just the exact same stuff. Just, hey, now there's a little ghost theme, So I don't know. It's weird because they clearly made improvements, but at the same time made some weird decisions to the game that it's like, if someone's like, hey, should I get Above and Below? I see there's 2 of them. Which should I get? I can't be like, oh, Haunted's way better. Like, oh man, it makes original Above and Below obsolete. I would have, what I would have rather had? Another just theme to the base game, like what they did with the Desert and Labyrinth.
Right.
Just do that.
Yeah.
Because now I'm sitting here with really just 2 copies of Above and Below, but one does gameplay a little bit better, and one does story a lot better. It's weird. It's almost a little bit like, well, why was this made? This didn't really need to be made. Money? Dude, you got your money. Make another Sleeping Gods.
Yeah.
That's what you had to do. This theme would be amazing in a Sleeping Gods world.
Right.
For me, anyway. I know you hate it, but...
I never played it, so...
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the...
The actual, feudal Japan, mystical Japan
This
vibe.
wasn't too bad. I mean, it didn't really come out that much.
Not
that
really,
stuff and everything,
no.
So.
But I would have loved this kind of thing in an actual sprawling Sleeping Gods-esque world. So yeah, it's these are always interesting, especially, I don't know. I feel like when games that are so old come out with an expansion, it's always worse. It's like, really? Trying to bring that back? Huh? I mean, why didn't you just I guess it is kind of like an Above and Below 2.0.
It's a 10th anniversary release, so I'm wondering if he's got plans to do 10th anniversary for, Near and Far.
Oh, interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's how it was taught on the GameFound page when I was on it.
Oh, really?
It says, 10th anniversary release.
Interesting.
So maybe Near and Far will do something. And
That would be fascinating. When was Near and Far? Was that 2017?
yeah, probably.
Near and Far. Nailed it, baby. Yep. 2017.
So I guess in a couple of years, to
Yeah.
pick it up. So it's something to
Now or Never would be weird, though, because that Above and Below makes sense kind of do a 10th anniversary, because that game design wasn't, amazing. I mean, it was, but,
Now or Never came out in, what, 21?
Oh, Now or Never?
Now or Never. I mean, it's more recent.
It is more recent. We're a ways off from anything of that now. But Now or Never. 2022.
Okay.
But that's the thing is, Above and Below kind of makes sense if that's how it was touted as a 10th anniversary. Near and Far kind of also makes sense.
Near and Far Haunted.
Yes.
Everything's going to be like Jeff Jeopardy.
But Now or Never came out in the golden era of board games, where it's there's nothing really to improve. If they did a 10th anniversary, now maybe a name change.
Maybe.
But
Have the or crossed out and have and.
that'd be so funny. I don't know. I can't really just be like, you go out and buy this. Because it's so much better than Above and Below. If you have original Above and Below, throw it away. This improves on everything. One, it barely makes any changes. It kind of adds a little bit more rules and a completely new re-theme. Story improves because it actually gives you your results afterwards of just a narrative element, but other than that, it's the same exact shit on what you get. So yeah, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed, but at the same time, I don't really know what I was expecting with
Right.
it.
Yeah, I would agree. I
Well-
wasn't sure, what they were going to bring in haunted with it, and come to find out the only haunted aspect is the ghost.
It is the ghost, and
That's really, I mean,
that is literally
That's
it.
it.
Because even the story
the
stuff,
story stayed along with what Above and Below was.
yeah, that's
all
true.
cavernous and stuff underneath, and it was all mystical.
Yeah,
So I mean, that's the only change.
that's true. That's true. And I guess the art's a little bit different. You are correct. These little ghost things are kind of purely ripped from Creature Caravan. They're not specters. They're like fire people. But in terms of actual design, because the fire people, imagine instead of the silver, it's red, and they look more like people. That's
Right.
it. Yeah, money. I don't know. Like, take what we said with, for what it is. Basically, if you don't own either, then just get this one. Because it's just narratively an improvement. If you already own Above and Below, pass.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Because you don't have any expectation if you don't
Right.
own
Oh
either.
yeah, that's true.
But because we did come from Above and Below literally just an hour ago, we can clearly see what I think is an improvement or a deprovement. I don't think that's a word. But if you have no reference for either, this is just naturally kind of, I would say, the better one.
Yeah, I mean, they added enough stuff that I thought it was going to be a great improvement.
Mm-hmm.
But then a lot of the new stuff that was added actually took away. Some of the
Yeah.
stuff took away, so that's why I personally don't think it's better than Above and Below, just because of that.
Yeah.
But it's negligible. I mean, it's close.
Right.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it could go either way. I mean, there's some cool things in here that they added that I really thought was, when we were learning it and everything, I was like, yeah, that's really cool having an adventure deck, have two separates of those. Those were good.
Yeah.
And the boats seemed like they were going to be neat and all that stuff, but then they brought in the player interaction part that just sunk it.
Yeah.
And stuff, and it's just not.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right, especially because but again, like you said, all the improvements that they added, or all the new stuff they added, just make you feel like you're kind of going with the flow for about an hour. Never really have to work for it, and to some people, that might be what they want. But I don't like games where I just sit here and get everything I want the entire time. I find that boring. So if I wanted to sit here and go through a story and the adventures, I'll just play Sleeping Gods the entire time
Right.
and have a significantly better time. It's weird. This is every now and then you get these weird kind of reviews where it's like, what is this? Like, why? What's going on? What's going on with that? What do you think on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, I gave Above and Below 7. Because just being solid, classic.
Yeah.
This one, man, it could easily have been an 8,
Yeah.
but then I'm taking 2 points away from the ghosts and the stuff.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be 6.
So you're at a 6.
So it's still solid. I mean, it's still
It's
good enough for him to buy if you need to buy one of the two.
Yeah.
But for me, the ghost thing, like, this is the type of game the player interaction does not need to be
I know.
in.
I know. And again, it's not like in Champions of Midgard where it's just the shame tokens are just really bad at 2, but as soon as you get in the third person, it's negligible. This one, it's negligible at 2. It just makes you have to now kind of be a dick for no reason.
Right.
So even though the punishment really isn't that bad, because all someone has to do is be like, hey, I'm sending this over to you, I got my rep and I got my money. Okay, I'm sending it back to you, I got my rep, I got my money. It's a wash.
It's just needless.
Yeah.
It's waste of time.
Funny enough, I gave Above and Below a 7, like you. I definitely think it's I kind of agree with a 6. Yeah, I think I am. I think I am going to follow you on a 6. I was thinking, does the narrative element that they added improve it? From a narrative standpoint, it does, but your results are still the same. So, funny enough, even though I like the additional elements of a story for this kind of game, it actually makes it longer now because you now have to read a little bit more. And when people are adventuring all the time, that adds a decent amount of playtime when your end result is still coin, fish. You know? So I kind of might enjoy the way original Above and Below did it because it was just so clean. You still got your nice little element of story, and then you got your stuff and you moved on. So looking back, because we just reviewed Above and Below, it's like, oh, you know, maybe people don't know what they want. I thought I would have wanted to get story for the result. But it's like, now that we have that, I'm like, oh, actually, it's, maybe in this kind of game it wasn't needed.
Well, and if you take that as an entire thing, all the new things, and as a whole,
yeah,
that's why I went down, just because there are some really good things. That's nice.
Yeah,
and there's some nice stuff, but just there's just a couple of things that were puzzling, and that was kind of the drawback.
Like, I'm still gonna keep it, but with the final product, I'm kind of like, oh, well, like, if I ever choose to play Above and Below, I might just play the base game, just because it's gonna be quicker, but I'm still getting the same exact meal. So I would have just rather had this as an actual expansion.
Yeah, like modular.
Like,
hey, I want to add the ghosts in this time.
Right.
Hey, I want to add the ghosts this time.
Yeah, they
could
have.
It's an action now, which I mean, I guess you could still.
I know, but it's
not gonna do it. But
they say. Well, I mean, let me double check.
But I mean, some of the adventures give you ghosts, so you'd have to like.
Where is it? Maybe it doesn't actually say. I thought it said it was a standalone expansion.
It does on the.
It does. Okay, cool.
On the project page, it says it's a standalone expansion.
Okay, but it's not, because nothing of this can be integrated into the original game. So it's not an expansion. It's just another game. And maybe that's what standalone expansion means. I don't think so, because the expansion.
To me, standalone expansions, it can be played by itself or it can be integrated.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the rules that allows you to integrate this. Because the card back, all the design is completely different. So just the fact that you have 2 separate decks of adventures, you can't throw that in. Mm-hmm. So I would have just much rather had more buildings added. You could have kept the theme, the haunted theme, and just throw in new buildings. And throw in the exact same deck of encounter cards, so you just increase your option of a random environment or a random encounter. Throw in more workers. You could easily have the boats or whatever. You could have more resources. They could have just added way more stuff to original Above and Below. Since they put in the work for the narration, do a whole new narrative pack. So now you have results, narrative results to your OG stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's a missed opportunity, honestly. I think this could have been a slam dunk if it was just integrated into the base game. But now we just have this weird box that's going to be around. I don't know. So yeah, I agree. Actually, I've talked myself into a 6. I've also somehow talked myself into not liking the extra narrative stuff. When I was like, man, yeah, that's amazing. So it's a shame, but I mean, still a 6, I guess, because it's still Above and Below.
Right.
All right, you got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Good. Well, that's our thoughts on Above and Below Haunted. Let us know what you think of the expansion in the comments below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.